Welcome back to another episode of Consciously Clueless. I'm your host, Carly, and I'll be your guide on this journey from consciousness to cluelessness and back around again. Thanks for joining me for another Sunday solo episode. Whether you're gearing up for the week ahead on Sunday night, or it's Monday morning and you're on your way to work, or whatever day this podcast has found you, I'm really glad you're here. So before we get going into tonight's episode, I'm going to read the review of the week. The last few weeks, I've read some reviews from yoga students of mine who have taken class with me, but this week I'm going to read another podcast review. This 5-star review from car_pal1 is titled Always a Fascinating Podcast. This review says, Carly's podcast never fails to get me thinking about the world in new and inspiring ways. Her conversations with new people every week are always fascinating and never fail to keep me engaged. Her podcast is always a must-listen on my list every week. Thank you so much for that review. Honestly, I'm still having some of those moments when I hear that, like, oh, wow, I look forward to certain podcasts every week. And even if there's a few people out there that look forward to mine, it's just such a cool feeling. So thank you. Tonight on the podcast, I want to do a quick episode and talk about Patreon. If you follow me on social media, you will notice that lately I have been talking about Patreon quite a bit. And I wanted to create a space to just talk a little bit more about what that means and why. Because I think we're so inundated with information these days from social media and from content creators, and sometimes it's really, really great because there's so much information for us out there and so many things for us to take in, but it can be overwhelming and all these different apps and platforms. And why are people doing it? I think people don't understand. So, given all of that, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I found a really great article online on this site called How to Geek that explains what Patreon is in, I think, a really accessible way. It writes, Patreon is a service that allows you to provide monthly financial support to your favorite content creator. In exchange, supporters, or quote, patrons, may receive certain perks such as exclusive uploads, early access to new work, ad-free content, the ability to give suggestions, etc., etc., etc. So that, I think, really sums up, to start, what Patreon is. So why did I decide to get on this platform? The more and more I dive into doing this type of work, and by this type of work, I mean content creating, whether it is the podcast that you're listening to, or it is blog posts, or yoga videos, or whatever it is, I'm really starting to invest more time into this business and into this work because I love it so stinking much. And in order for me to do that and to keep growing and to keep offering more, I needed a way to basically put a price on my content. And for a lot of people, that's really frustrating because they're like, I can get free stuff here, and that's fine. If you can do that or find what you need from some other creator or instructor or health coach or whatever it is, that's great. But for me, in order to grow this work and continue to do it, I needed to find a platform where I could offer these services that are worth something. These are things that I do because I care about them and I put a lot of intentionality into them. I needed to find a way to offer that in exchange for a price. And I get it. I get how that can be a little hard to swallow, but I think in the long run, it actually does a lot of good because we value things in a different way when we're putting our monetary energy in that direction. We show up in a different way when we pay for an online class versus just a free training. And that is what I wanted to create, this exchange that was even. And it means if I can have more supporters, I can offer more great things because I'm just a one-woman show right now who also works full-time. So this is really something I'm working on, but also I don't have all the time in the world to do it. So if I want to try and create this and see if people are interested in it growing, this was a great way to do that. And I didn't want to do it on a million different platforms like YouTube and other things, so it was confusing. I wanted to be able to create and share and connect in one space. And Patreon is really cool for that. I did a lot of research, y'all. Like, I didn't make this decision lightly. Anybody who knows me knows I don't usually make decisions lightly. It's quite the process. So you can rest assured that I put a lot of time and energy into this. And Patreon seemed like a really cool platform. And then I started seeing other people that I really respect are also using that platform. And I looked at how they're using it. For example, Honey LeBronx, who I have interviewed on the podcast, or Zipporah the Vegan, who I've interviewed as well, are using it for specific content that they can connect with people in a different way. So, given all of that, what am I offering on Patreon? Why am I on this platform? What can I offer you? So, I'm so glad you asked. I am offering, honestly, kind of a lot, and I'm really excited about it. So, per usual, if you're not familiar with Patreon, the lowest level is usually a low monetary amount, and it's just for people who are like, I can't contribute more than this, but I believe in you, I love you, I want to see this grow. Here's my money. So that one is $2 a month, and it is called You Believe. That is the You Believe tier. You believe in me. You are ready to support me in that way. And then it goes up from there. So for example, for $7 a month, you can be in the You See the Vision tier. So you're getting that patron-only content, you can connect with other patrons, and you get a weekly What I Eat in a Day video. So I get a lot of questions about, becoming plant-based and what can I do, where do I start? So I thought making a video once a week about what I eat in a typical day would be helpful for people to see. The next tier, I guess we're just going through these now. The next tier is Taking Action, which is $12 a month. So you'll see the theme is that with every tier that you go up, you get everything that you got in the previous one, plus something or some things. So you get all the other stuff, you get the What I Eat in a Day video, and you get access to one live weekly yoga class with me. I have 2 classes a week now, Tuesday mornings, 7 to 8 a.m. Central Time, and Thursday evenings, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and you get access to one of those a month with that tier. And let's see, next one is $20 per month, Ready to Receive. You are ready to level up with this one because you are getting the yoga from before, you're getting the What I Eat in a Day, but you're like, I'm looking for a little more on this kind of journey to health and wellness and becoming more in tune with my body and the world, and I just need more. So you get that. You get another live weekly yoga class access. That means you have 2 live weekly yoga class options. You get the What I Eat in a Day video, and you get a weekly meditation video from me. If you are new to meditation or you're interested in it, but you don't know where to start, this would be a really helpful tier for you, and I can provide some guidance for that. And in this tier, you get daily inspirational and motivational quotes right to your email. So if you like starting your day with mindfulness, or you're someone who really loves kind of like a quick quote to be like, yeah, that's what I want to embody today, this tier is for you because you are going to get a little bit of a just nugget of inspiration for the morning. Nothing huge, nothing crazy, just a quote to make you think. Moving up, the next tier is called Movement Matters for $35 a month. So you get all the other stuff, the What I Eat in a Day video, weekly meditation, daily inspirational quotes in your email. You get access to 3 live weekly yoga classes a month now. And you get 4 new hour-long yoga class downloads. So I am starting to record my yoga classes, and you will get 4 downloads to do whenever you want. And you get a one-time 15-minute yoga flow video personalized just for you. So you get to message me and be like, hey, I am a runner and my hips are always tight. I want you to create a video for me. And I will create a yoga flow specific to that for you. That's pretty cool. I would like someone to do that for me. The next tier is called Moonchild, and it is $50 a month. So this one is like, you are so ready to not only have all the other things, but you are ready to like connect, and you are ready to center with the moon a little bit. And you are maybe a little curious about people who talk about the moon phases, and you're looking for some more health and wellness, and you want some recognition. This tier is for you. So you get the What I Eat in a Day video. You get access to 4 live weekly yoga classes, weekly meditation video, daily inspiration to your email, 4 new hour-long yoga class downloads a month, a one-time 15-minute yoga class for you. And your name will be listed on my website as a major supporter. And you get live access to monthly new moon rituals that include tarot cards, dancing meditation, and discussions for the moon cycle ahead. If that doesn't sound fun to you, you're crazy. And you're not crazy, but that does sound fun, you have to admit. And you can schedule a one-time 60-minute health and wellness consultation with me. So I am a trained health and wellness coach. I've talked about that on here before. You can get a one-time consultation, so you can just do a check-in and be like, hey, I want to start this journey. Where do I begin? And we can talk about all those things, and I can guide you in that direction. So the last one, last but certainly not least, is the You Are All In tier, which is $100 a month. This means you're like all ready. You are changing your life, and you are starting right here, right now. So I promise this will be the last time I list out these things. You get weekly What I Eat in a Day video, access to 4 live weekly yoga classes, weekly meditation, daily inspiration right to your email, 4 new hour-long yoga class downloads, a one-time 15-minute yoga flow for you. Your name is listed on the website as a major supporter. You have live access to monthly new moon rituals, and you get a one-time 60-minute health and wellness consultation. You will be personally thanked on the podcast monthly. Like, your name will be out there as someone who is making this shit happen. And this is honestly, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all, this is a really good perk if you sign up for this. So in this tier, you also then get a monthly health and wellness check-in. So you get your first 60-minute consultation, and then you get a 30-minute, basically one-on-one health and wellness coaching with me every single month. So you can make monthly goals. You can have feedback from me. I will be available to help you as your coach. So for $100 a month, you get all of that. If you are ready to level up and create your best life, if you are wanting to go into 2021 and be like, this year is going to be better than the dumpster fire of 2020, this tier is for you. Honestly, any of these tiers are for you if you're thinking that. But this one especially, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So I know you just had to listen to me talk about each tier and level and how it works and all that, but I wanted to be able to explain in a little more depth of what you can expect if you are starting to join me on this journey on Patreon. So it is a monthly payment, and as soon as you start, then you'll start getting all the perks of whatever level you have chosen. If you have any questions or confused about any of those, you can always, always, always reach out to me. And I really hope that, if nothing else, this just makes you think about ways to connect with me that would be helpful for both of us. And that's honestly the best type of relationship. I get to do these things that I love. I get to help people. I get to talk about health and wellness and yoga and veganism and blah, 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 blah. All of it. The environment. Maybe you need coaching on how to cook more sustainably. That is fine. That is part of coaching too. Okay, I could go off on everything I could help you with. But my point is, I'm getting to share that with you, where those passions come through, and you're getting to benefit from it. And that's a really cool thing. And that is why I chose to go on a platform where we could have this even exchange. So, that being said, if you are interested in any of this, please, please, please let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're working towards, whatever it is. And hopefully we get to connect more in the future. I'm really excited to see more and more of you pop up on Patreon and create this beautiful community of people who are learning and growing and screwing up and starting over and whatever it is. I'm really excited for you to join. Thanks for listening to another episode of Consciously Clueless. If you're enjoying this podcast, hit subscribe wherever you're listening. If you could help me get this into the ears of more listeners, I would so appreciate it. Text it to a friend, send it to a family member, share on social media, and make sure to tag me so then I can share it too. Anything helps. And if you want to be read on air as a review of the week, head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a review, and you could be read on air. Until next time.